In this series, I'm going to show you how to take $400 a month and turn it into $50,000 a month, and how you can do this in 60 days. And this video will set the stage for exactly how to outsource your business to accomplish that goal. And in it, I'll eliminate all the most common objections that I get about hiring virtual assistants. Some of these maybe you yourself have even had. So be sure to stick around till the end, because I'm Christian with Real Estate Investing Made Easy, and it's time to make it easy. First, consider this. Why did you become an entrepreneur in the first place? I had a lot of businesses over the years, and in my real estate business, I was solo for almost a decade when I met my now business partner, Chris Steele, and I asked him the same question. And his response was, ever since I got my first paycheck, I thought I wanted to be the person who was signing that check, and distilling the response down to the heart of his why. And I know there are some of you out here who would agree with this. Possibly it was because he wanted to work less, be more financially stable, have more flexibility just in general, and enjoy work and life more. And for sure, that was his reasons, in addition to wanting to get a Lamborghini at some point. Or was it a Ferrari? Don't tell him I said the wrong thing. And distilling it all down to the heart of the why, his why was the same, and it might also be the same for you, and that is to work less, right? To be financially stable, to have more flexibility just in general with your time, with your money, with who you spend time with, and also enjoying work and enjoying life a lot more. And for those of you who don't know, hiring a virtual assistant, when you do it right, will give you more time freedom, including the time to work on your business and not just in it. And it'll also put you in a position where you have an effect multiplier. That way you can actually work less while at the same time you're profiting more, because you're leveraging the strengths of others. Many hands make light work. In addition to that, the environment that you're creating in your own business is up to you, so you can truly create a culture that's more enjoyable, to have a more enjoyable work environment. And not only that, you're going to be more productive, not just because you've outsourced things and then your business becomes more productive, but because showing up for a team, to lead a team and engage with them, drives accountability, not just for the people that are in your employ, but for you as well as the business owner. And it'll increase productivity for your entire team. So I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like this when it comes to hiring a VA? Have you ever thought, I don't have enough money? I don't have the time to train a virtual assistant? Have you ever thought, nobody can do this as well as I can? Or, I can't trust anyone to handle this process, or whatever process it would be that you would outsource, to do it at all? Well, all of these I understand, because I've felt the same way at some point, and I want to share with you as we go through this entire series the reason why those objections aren't really objections. It's not the actual problem, because I'm going to show you how you might, for most people, actually you will have enough money to hire a virtual assistant. Remember, I said $400 a month. That's kind of the target goal for this, but of course, as you scale, you'll want to increase that. And also, I don't have the time to train them. Well, when you follow this system, you can literally hire your virtual assistants specifically as it pertains to phone sales, that is a cold caller in any role. We focus on the niche of real estate though. And an SMS text role, right? That we call it the SMS sales role. That's a text marketer. And a lead manager to qualify those leads. In the real estate investing industry, those are some keys that you need to find and target off-market opportunities. The lead manager, however, is going to be for either on-market and off-market. And we have a really special treat for you regarding an on-market process, how you can automate that process to spend $400 a month. And of course, when we talk about this, that $400 a month, just imagine this for a moment. Imagine you deploying $400 a month. That is paying $5 an hour for a part-time VA, working 4 hours a day, and you, in 60 days, can get them trained up enough to do this to where you're profiting $5,000 a month. And this assumes, of course, that you're doing one deal a month, and the average wholesale profit for those deals each are $5,000. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you may not already be aware of. As a national average anyway, many of you are already doing this with your 9-to-5 job. And that is the yearly average salary for anyone in the United States is about $60,000. I think it's $60,575 the last time that I checked. That's about $5,000 a month. Now, when you distill it down, of course, taking away the taxes that are owed and the contributions that you'll pay, you're actually going to be taking home, and this is being generous, about $4,500 a month. And now consider this. On average, Americans are spending $200 a month on gas, and that's month over month, and over $200 a month eating out. And by the way, eating out in this instance it's going to include the stops at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, taking lunch breaks with your team, and maybe going out to a restaurant. And working 9 to 5, at the end of the day, you're spending that money anyway to get a similar result. And you're trading time, not just for dollars, but you're also trading dollars to be able to put yourself in that position to make that money with the investment of your gas and your food and everything, time and travel. And that's not scalable. Now, this is scalable, and you could do it today. You can start today doing what we're sharing here. You could even set an aggressive goal where, consider this, it's being done right now in our business. You can average $12,500 per wholesale profit per deal, and you can scale to 4 deals a month. That's $50,000 a month. In San Diego, where we started investing before we started going virtual, our average wholesale profit is $35,000. In Florida, our average wholesale profit is $12,000. In Indiana, it's $10,000. Now, I don't say any of this to impress you. I just say this to impress upon you the importance of looking at this real estate investing journey as a virtual journey too that can actually make you money. We're investing virtually, and maybe you can go not just virtual with employees, but also virtual with the investing. We have a lot of training on our website that is on YouTube in playlists on how exactly to do that and how we find deals all over the country, and we invest and share those as well. So imagine scaling to a more aggressive goal, and in a different market if you have to, where your average wholesale profit is $12,500 and you're doing 4 of them a month, and you're only paying a VA part-time to do this process. And that's the special treat that by the end of this training, that is this series, we're going to dive deep into that, and you're going to be able to replicate exactly what we're doing. I'll show you exactly how to do that. So here's the question. Can you afford it? Well, as far as $400 a month, most people might be able to cut back, right? And that is going out to eat, whether you're, no matter what stage of life you're in, right? Whether you're in college, you're going out with your friends, do that less. Whether you're, you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you're going out to eat on dates and stuff, you can mix it up, go buy some food and then have a picnic. Actually, I did that with my now wife when we were dating. I would go to the store because I was doing the same thing, cutting back so I could invest in my business, so that later my business would continue to invest in me and the people who are in my employ, so that I could give them the opportunity, put food on the table for their families, and just grow a business and contribute and give back. But consider that same thing for yourself. And if you're married, right, whether you have kids or not, I have kids, and they're pretty expensive. But we kind of cut back, and we don't go on, or when we first got married years ago, we didn't go out to eat as much. We didn't take vacations. We didn't do that stuff. And consider the reason why. Most people aren't going to do this. Most people will not withhold those simple pleasures, as they may be, in life to for an end goal later. So do right now with sacrificing what people will never do, so that you can live like people only dream, and that is to build a business that's actually scalable. So as aggressive as this goal might sound to you, it's actually feasible and we can make it happen. But the real question isn't, can you afford it? So the real question is, can you afford not to do it? Now, by now, I'm sure that you're either ready to hire a VA, or you're saying, I've hired a VA before and it didn't work out. I understand that, and I've been there too, and that's why we developed this system. I want to let you know that maybe even if you are convinced that you need to hire a VA, my goal is simply to share what's possible for you. I do not have a goal to convince you of anything. Okay, so even if you are saying that, I do want to share with you, you're not alone. I've been there, all right? And at the end of the day, you know, when you follow a system that actually is proven and actually works, you can replicate those same results. And with this system for hiring virtual assistants, we call it the employee hiring system made easy for virtual assistants. You can hire once because you'll hire right. Once someone realizes that they need to hire a virtual assistant, they're still met with two constraints, okay? There's too much time to train a VA, and there's too much time to manage a VA that it takes because many of them are already working a 9-to-5 job. So they do this, and this is a common mistake. They outsource to a company that misaligns with their own vision. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of companies out there where you can hire a virtual assistant and they'll do all the managing and they're already trained, and they are definitely more of an investment. It's more expensive to hire those people than to actually take them on. And in this course, we'll talk about the step-by-step way that we do it, how we recommend that you do it as well, where to go and where to find VAs, and that's coming up soon in a future lesson. But these companies, they don't train their VAs properly in the way that would align with the way that you want them as a successful business owner and someone who knows exactly how they want. So it's just a misalignment of vision. And also, they don't, as their managers are concerned, hold them as accountable in the same way that you would want to. So it's not appropriate that they're not managed appropriately. And this is why there's both a really high turnover rate when it comes to VAs, that is, virtual assistants like us. We will hire virtual assistants as small business owners, and there's a big turnover, and it doesn't lead to growth for business owners. So there are really two main reasons. It's that the outsourced companies, they misalign with your vision, and that you're an expert in your field that you're in, right? Real estate investing. You know how to do real estate investing. You're not an expert in employee hiring and training. So at the end of the day, these two main reasons are actually just symptoms of a greater problem, and that problem is they lack the right system for hiring quality virtual assistants that will produce growth in their business. And is this you? And if it is, I have some really good news for you. You're in luck, because if you're asking these questions, what can I hire a virtual assistant to do that'll pay me $400 a month to get at least one deal per month? What is the system that I need to make sure I hire a virtual assistant to grow my business in this way? We're going to address both of these, and when you, at the end of this training, take action on what we're covering, you'll be able to hire once, because with this system, you're going to hire right. And even better than that, we'll talk about the 4 key roles to hire to put your business, at least 90% of it, on autopilot. And there's some icing on the cake. We'll talk about how you can streamline this entire process. And I didn't even put this in the slides here, but there is one more really great bonus that you're not going to want to miss, and we are absolutely going to cover the exact step-by-step process of how we take the $400 and we turn it into just ratchet your scale for you, whatever it is. For us, it's $50,000 a month because we're doing about 4 deals a month with that part-time VA, and you can do the same thing, even if you just get one deal at that $5,000 like we talked about. So now that you have a good understanding of why you should hire a virtual assistant if you didn't already know, and now that you know that it's possible, as we'll continue to show you that it is affordable, you will have the time, we're going to cover the overview of that training and get right into that training in this next video right here, where we're going to make it easy.